Welcome to Reddit Today, your daily Reddit reader. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. TIFU by realizing what Christians and Muslims actually believe in. Hello. So as a kid, and I promise this setup matters, I was raised in an Islamic household. Thing with being Islamic in America is there aren't any good Muslim schools to send your child so they could learn both faith and have a decent education. So my parents decided to send me to a Catholic school since it was closest to the values they wanted me to live by. At home, my grandmother would tell me stories from the Quran. I loved those stories, but sometimes, my grandmother would stop her storytelling voice and use her fact voice. Like she was telling me something that happened at the store. She was using her fact voice when she was telling me about the story of how a father had to sacrifice his son to God, but when he tried to bring down the knife, it wouldn't hurt his son because God had willed that his dedication meant he no longer needed to sacrifice his son. So I asked my grandmother if I could become invincible to knives if I believed in God enough, and she told me, no, don't take the story literally. Take the meaning of the story. AKA do not stab yourself. So I was like, all of these stories are metaphorical. The Bible at my school and the Quran at home are both collections of stories filled with wisdom, meant to be interpreted as the situation sees fit. Like a superhero story where Jesus and Muhammad are the main characters. They're meant to help the story deliver me a meaning like Ash from Pokemon. I think you see where this is going. I thought they were stories, they're not real, and I grew up thinking that these religions were a way of life, not to be taken literally. Cut to driving with a friend from school through California to Palm Springs to see her grandmother. We were talking about how hot it was and I joked about how we needed a flood to cool us down. Where's God's wrath when you need? Right. She laughed and started to draw the conversation to her admiration of Jesus. We started talking about miracles and hungry people and I said, man, I wish we could do those kind of miracles for real. The world could use a few. And she replied something along the lines of, well, who knows? Jesus could be back soon, and I chuckled. Did that thing where you blow air out of your nose and smile. I thought it was a joke. Like, Superman is gonna come fly us to her grandma's house. And she looked at me and asked me why I laughed. I told her I thought she was being sarcastic. She corrected me that she was not. Then I asked her, wait, are you saying like, Jesus could actually, really show up on Earth? She got upset and said yes. Then the rest of the car ride was quiet. So instead of thinking, Jesus is real, I thought, wow, my friend must be really gullible. Then once I got home, I told my grandmother about it. I thought it'd be a funny story. Like telling someone that your friend thinks elves are real. But she looked at me and went, Muhammad is real, and so was Jesus. What are you talking about? For the next 10 minutes we kept talking and I started to realize that, oh my god, my grandmother thinks the stories are real. Does everyone think that the stories about water turning into wine, and walking on water, and touching sick people to heal them was real? Lastly, I pulled my pastor aside at school, and I asked him straight up, is Jesus real? And of course he was confused and said yes and asked me if I thought Jesus wasn't real. I told him what I had thought my whole life and he goes, yeah, everything in the Bible actually happened. So I asked him when none of those miracles have happened now or at all recorded in history, and he goes, I don't know. But the Lord does and we trust him. So now my friend doesn't talk to me. School is weird now because all of these ridiculous, crazy stories about talking snakes, angels visiting people, and being brought back from the dead are all supposed to be taken literally. And asking questions about it isn't okay either, apparently. So yep, that's eye-opening. TLDR, I thought the Bible and Quran were metaphorical books and that everything in them wasn't real but rather just anecdotal wisdom. Then I learned people actually thought things in the Bible and Quran were real. Now everything is tense between me and my friends and family. Edit. So many comments. Wanted to say thank you for every respectful, well thought out theological opinion or suggestion. I can't say thank you enough to everyone in the comments and all your different experiences with religion and spirituality or inspiration and ideas I will consider for a while. Even if I can't reply to you in time. Thank you. Genuinely. Thank you. Honestly, I'm of the opinion that if everyone took the Bible, and any other holy text, as metaphorical rather than literal, we'd all be better off it. I think you're overestimating how much the average Christian actually reads the Bible. Recent example is how a number of people are justifying themselves not wearing face masks with divine plan, protection, arguments. Yet Matthew chapter 4 verses 5 to 7 states that one should never tempt God to intercede on your behalf. Which Jesus says in response to the devil asking why not throw himself from a building since God will protect him. I think for a lot of Christians their faith has transcended literature and become more about this lingering sensation of rightness, that what they're doing is Christian because they're a Christian. And that is a recipe for disaster, as it can be used to justify all sorts of foolish and dangerous actions. Yet Matthew chapter 4 verses 5 to 7 states that one should never tempt God to intercede on your behalf. Which Jesus says in response to the devil asking why not throw himself from a building since God will protect him. Finally, I've found the verse to explain to Grandma that yes, she needs to wear the mask even though we have God to protect us. You hit the nail on the head with this one. He hit the nails on the hand and feet, too. It makes more sense to look at it metaphorically. You don't learn as much if you think of it literally. Caesar snake, don't tempt me, devil sausage. I grew up Christian, and if a talking snake offered me a magical fruit I'd be skeptical as I took a bite. I grew up semi-Christian, and you better bet as an adult if a snake offered me an apple I'd kidnap it and force it to be my only friend. We'd have wacky fun adventures together, and I'd introduce it to cheeseburgers and stuff, and this food would blow this snake's mind with how delicious this stuff was. Maybe this snake would grant me magical powers in gratitude for our friendship, and we'd become their superheroes Bible 2 gets written about. This is for you. Forgive me, NateTheSnake.com. I'm not trying to be offensive, by the way. I genuinely made this mistake. Sorry Muslims and Christians. Sorry Jews, because I never learned the Torah enough to make the same mistake, lol. I'm pretty sure every atheist and agnostic in the audience were periodically toasting to this story, because that's pretty much how every agnostic and atheist I know happened. Cool philosophy. I'll do my best to be a good person, Mum. Sometime later, oh wait, you were trying to be serious. Though. Like for reals. Internal crisis, internal laughter, more internal crisis about the internal laughter, realizes life was wholesale better for me when lived the first way, whelp. That settles that. Lives life. I'm a lifelong Christian, and I took no offense. Honestly, I think you are spot on. Most of these stories, from all religions, are parables that are meant to inform your moral compass rather than teach some historical fact. I don't think you've made any mistake at all. When stories are told and retold so many times over thousands of years, they become exaggerated. I think taking these stories literally is almost dangerous, and leads to a lot of the extremism we see today in many religions. Edit. And leads to a lot of the extremism we see today in many religions, including my own. Monks in the 9th century be like, man, you gotta spice up the part where Jesus shares his diluted grape juice recipe before the wedding and learns a lesson about washing his hands. The story in the Bible is that the party has been going wild and they drunk the bar dry. Everyone is wasted as frick. It doesn't technically say that Jesus transmuted the water into wine. It just says that Jesus served the water as wine. Now you have a bunch of drunk as frick revelers, all probably pretty dehydrated. Jesus is like, drink this, and they're all like, OMG, this is the best thing ever. There's a theory that back in that day no one drank straight water because a lot of it was nasty and would make you sick. I don't know the historical accuracy of that, and it seems dubious. But if that was the case, a lot of these people may well have been like, what is this magical elixir? Point of the story is stay hydrated, homie. Dude, that must make Jesus the Og Hydro homie. Pretty cool. Jesus, how do we reach heaven and purify our souls from all temptation and sinful acts? Bro, you ain't getting anywhere if you don't drink water. Not being able to ask questions about it is their problem, not yours. People need to ask more questions and we would have a better world immediately. Yeah, that's the dumbest thing ever. Even if everything about a certain religion was 100% real. Not being able to ask questions just makes it seem less believable. I love how your grandmother accidentally made you almost an atheist. Edit. Apologies for not responding to the person who'd given me an award before. Thank you. My mother and father divorced and they have basically made me an atheist. Both are Christians, both read from the King James Version Holy Bible. Both said I'd go to hell if I went to the other person's church. IDK. My dad's a First Baptist and my mom is something else. All I know is they called their church a chapel and my dad is like, ugh. They shouldn't do that. Yeah, frick religion. More people have died in the name of religion than all the wars combined. They act like some stupid kid on the playground that's throwing a temper tantrum because you won't play the way they want you to. Edit. This also reminds me of my favorite religion joke. Once I saw this guy on a bridge about to jump. I said, "Don't do it." He said, "Nobody loves me." I said, "God loves you. Do you believe in God?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Are you a Christian or a Jew?" He said, "A Christian." I said, "Me too. Protestant or Catholic?" He said, "Protestant." I said, "Me too. What franchise?" He said, "Baptist." I said, "Me too. Northern Baptist or Southern Baptist?" He said, "Northern Baptist." I said, "Me too. Northern Conservative Baptist or Northern Liberal Baptist?" He said, "Northern Conservative Baptist." I said, "Me too. Northern Conservative Baptist Great Lakes Region or Northern Conservative Baptist Eastern Region?" He said, "Northern Conservative Baptist Great Lakes Region." I said, "Me too. Northern Conservative Baptist Great Lakes Region Council of 1879 or Northern Conservative Baptist Great Lakes Region Council of 1912. He said, "Northern Conservative Baptist Great Lakes Region Council of 1912. I said, "Die, heretic," and I pushed him over. Jesus was a real person in history. He appeared in Roman records. Whether he was Houdini with the bread dough is what is up for debate. I did not even think of Roman records when I wrote this. That's true though. Food for thought. Thank you. I know exactly how you feel. I had a similar moment and it led me to study religion as a whole for over a decade. Here's some of what I learned. Any religion that has deities thinks they are real. Most religions carry the same message overall and all at one point or another have killed to impose that message. I would recommend you do a bit of research into this. I would be happy to recommend sources of you like. I'm new to Reddit, so send me a PM so I can figure out how to do that. I would love your resources. Thank you. Just wanted to add, religion isn't only something you learn but experience. It's important to learn, but without the experience they would just be like stories. Similar to love, it's just like stories until you experience genuine love for someone. There are just some things you don't learn by pure reading and religion is one of them. What the frick did you just freaking say about the Olympian gods? You little malacca. I'll have you know I graduated top of my class in the Scholae Palatini. And I've been involved in numerous secret raids on Trojans. And I have over 300 confirmed human sacrifices to Ares. I am trained in hoplite warfare and I'm the top spearman in the entire Hellenic world. You are nothing to me but just another Persian. I will wipe you the frick out with strength the likes of which has never been seen before on Gaia. Ares, mark my words. You think you can get away with saying that crap to me over the divine messenger? Think again, Scarta. As we speak I am contacting my secret network of optimatoi across Hellas and your temple is being located right now, so you better prepare for the storm. Malacca. The storm I sacrificed 3 goats and a chicken to Poseidon for. The storm that wipes out the pathetic little thing you call your life. You're freaking dead, kid. I can be anywhere, anytime, and I can kill you in over 700 ways. And that's just with my bare hands. Not only am I extensively trained in unarmed combat, but I have access to the entire arsenal of the Archimedes inventions and I will use it to its full extent to wipe your miserable butt off the face of Gaia. You little crap. If only you could have known the divine vengeance. Your little, clever comment, inspired by Dionysius no doubt, was about to bring down upon you. Maybe you would have held your freaking tongue, but you couldn't. You didn't. And now you're paying the price. You goddamn malacca. I will crap pig's blood all over you and you will drown in it. Enjoy meeting Hades. There are facts and there are parables and a lot of it is mixed up and intertwined. And some of the lines are blurred. And it's okay. Some of the truths are true. Some of the truths are historically documented. And some of the truths can't possibly be true. A lot of them are a blend of all of the above. But you got the point at a very young age. Edit. Thank you, kind Redditor. No disrespect, dude, but how old were you when this went down? That's a pretty big observation to just miss while attending a Catholic school and growing up in a devout Muslim family. Thanks for watching Reddit today. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. If you like these videos and want longer versions, check out Reddit A Day too.